Hey guys, right now, I'm packing to film a video in a different state. If you're wondering why I'm just gonna do a voiceover for the entire vlog, the world is not in a good mood right now, and seeing a YouTuber vlogging in public, talking to the camera, would sour the public's mood even more, so I'm just trying to be discreet. It's my first time flying somewhere, ever since I had to fly back early from New York because things started getting bad. So I have to be prepared. You know your parents love you when they give you the good mask. This was the only two we had. It was also my first time packing a bunch of professional camera gear on a plane. A professional camera bag with adequate protection? What's that? If you still don't know what video I'm filming, I bought a Tesla Model S in a different state. To destroy. No joke. You can see for yourself. The video is out now. Here's one of the props I brought for the video. My balanced nutritional breakfast consists of an extra Chipotle burrito I ordered last night. The reason I wanted a big breakfast is because my mom told me I shouldn't eat anything in the airport or airplane, because there might be sickly stuff in the food. Also, I would have to take off my mask to eat and be exposed. Like before many trips, I didn't sleep well. So hello diabetes disguised as coffee. My mom also said that I should wear my dad's old shirt and pants he didn't want anymore in the airport and airplane, and throw them away to not get my own stuff too germy. It did not fit well, nor look decent. All packed and ready to go. Only thing is, I kinda let the time slip by me. On my way to the airport, I got a call asking where the hell I was, since the whole plane was already boarded and ready to go. This is one of the many reasons I hate vlogging when I travel. It wastes time. I didn't want to hold anyone hostage due to my bad time management, so I just booked a later flight. That was 3 hours later. I didn't feel like turning around, so I just continued to the airport, thinking it might have taken some time anyway to find a parking space. I found one within seconds, when it's usually rare. It's like people are traveling less for some reason. There's no point in going into an airport 3 hours early, so I just decided to kill my brain cells in the privacy of my own car. I also took the time to try on the good mask and the goggles that I brought for this trip. Why will I be wearing goggles in the airport and airplane? Well, my mom told me that the bad stuff can enter through your eyes too. So, it doesn't hurt to be too careful. I don't want to catch anything, otherwise my mom will say, "I told you so!" Along with some other, more severe downsides. After 2 hours of rotting my brain, I was ready to enter the airport. Goodbye, personal Tesla. She has no idea what I'm traveling out to do. Do I look first class material? The reason I asked this is because I got first class plane tickets for the first time in my life. Because plane tickets are cheaper right now, for some reason, and I had no other plans to travel for a while, so I might as well treat myself. Got through TSA fine. But this is my first time sitting on public seating since things started going down. Stay calm. Stay calm. Also my first time using a public restroom since it started. Stay calm. Just kill the part of your brain that worries about everything. Ah, much better. I need some alcohol to ease my nerves. Before I knew it, boarding started. I'm not used to having to rush to be the first ones on the plane. Quickly! Before the peasants catch up! Oh my god, first class is changing me. Totally worth it. First row, baby, with no neighbor and extra leg room. My first taste of luxury in the sky. Other than the time I was in a private jet, the flight attendant also gave us this before boarding. I thought it was for our hands, but then I saw others cleaning their seat with it. Probably should have done that before sitting down. That's right, peasants. Watch this king while he cleans his throne. I now just realized, since there's no seat in front of me, I had to put both of my bags overhead. A mild inconvenience in first class? Unacceptable! I need some alcohol to get through this. Better take out the essentials. I am sick of video footage that shows the plane taking off from an airplane window. You are sick of it too, but say it with me. This is necessary for travel vlogs in order to provide a proper transition to show travel progress. Wow! I look so cool for choosing to play with the game's motion controls on. First class material. The flight attendant then yelled at me for causing turbulence. And I beat the game. On the first flight. That's not even the longest. DJ Khaled, suffering from success. They said there would be no beverage service on this flight, but the flight attendant asked me if I needed anything. I said water, and she gave me this giant bottle of water. First class, bitch! Ugh. Don't even get me started on landing footage. I need some more alcohol. Okay, that's the last one. I promise. Welcome to Dallas, Texas. My first layover. Nothing really special to say here. Wait! Did you see that? Go back a little bit. Ugh. I really wanted to go to E3 this year. Why must this airport remind me of that? Don't touch the safety railing in order to be safe. 2020's weird. One fun thing that this airport has is a monorail system in order to get you to different terminals. Another time I was here, I just sat in it and let it take me multiple laps around the airport. It was quite relaxing. And free entertainment. But since it's 2020, and it's a small space with tons of people going in and out, you want to get in and get out as soon as possible. No joyrides. I tried to social distance as best as I could, so I couldn't sit down without being next to someone. Also, I didn't want to touch the safety poles, so it looks like I'm in the middle of the train with only my luggage for support. Yeah, not a good idea. I stumbled and almost fell over multiple times, while looking stupid to everyone. Now I know how the Fall Guys feel. Yes! I love that game, and I was finally able to make a reference to them in a video. Except this was not fun. At least I wised up and went to a corner for more support. See what I'm saying? This ride is basically a free sightseeing tour of the entire airport. But 2020 had to ruin that also. Time to GTFO. Must resist! No mask water speedrun. Go! I'm exposed! I'm exposed! Woo. On to the second, longest, and final flight. We got the world's most depressing goodie bags. I had a neighbor, but at least this time, I had a place to put my second carry-on. Here's the necessary plane taking off transition. Yeah, I didn't even want to look at it. Complimentary first class only snacks. I'll definitely save this and eat it later. I'll definitely not accidentally leave it in the trunk of my Lyft ride. I don't care what people say. The view of a city at night from a plane is beautiful, and I feel no shame in being the billionth person to record it. Hello, Boston. Wait, I'm supposed to be going to New Hampshire. This must be some sort of mistake. Airports are really creepy when you fly into one at night and you're the only ones there. Nice of them to stretch out this feeling of dread by putting the ride-sharing area on the opposite side of the goddamn airport. I've been wearing these anti-fog goggles since the first airport, and for some reason, in this elevator, they finally decide to fog up. Finally. I also haven't used ride-sharing for quite a while, so I decided to indulge in that too, sparing no expense. Let's see, which one is cheaper? Looks like Lyft wins by $4. Ooh, fancy. I feel like a C-list celebrity. And that was my last look of the airplane food. So, the reason this ride was so long and expensive is because when I missed my first flight and had to change it, I had to fly into a different airport. If I actually had time management skills, my Uber/Lyft ride would have been 5 minutes instead of an hour. At least I got to my hotel safely. What else could go wrong other than the hotel not having my reservation and me having to spend half an hour on the phone with Expedia? They put freshness seals on the doors. Goodbye! Since I didn't get enough attention as a child, and now make YouTube videos for it, of course I had to try this. But due to my non-existent strength, I had to use my camera charger to make a hole first. Goodbye! And hello, slightly lower quality mass! Better make it double, because I'm meeting up with my smashing partner. You know what I mean. It's the gamer from Mars? We got into his car to go and find some food. He had so much respect for me that he let me do the important job of GPS mount. Too bad every restaurant was closed, so I just got food at a convenience store, along with props for tomorrow's video. Time to get ready for bed, as we have a long day tomorrow. Mom told me not to trust the hotel towels, so I brought my own that I've had since I was a child. It's getting tossed. Along with a second towel and t-shirt that I have to sleep on, because apparently, Hotel beds are untrustable too. Time to get my very much needed 3 hours of sleep. Because I forgot to pack the melatonin. I was also stressed about how the filming of the video would go. Time for the complimentary hotel breakfast. It's not supervised at all? Who would take advantage of such a thing? After that, and a small wardrobe change, we went out to meet the person who was picking us up to film the video. Looks like he's prepared with props too. All windows down on the highway? That's not very environmentally efficient. I'm deaf. We arrived at the filming location. A salvage auto yard. And there's the salvage Tesla I bought to destroy. Yep, sorry to ruin the illusion, but it's salvage and doesn't drive at all. You may have noticed that it looks exactly the same as the Tesla we arrived in. It's because since the salvage Tesla doesn't drive at all, we wanted to pretend that it does, by having an identical Tesla and using that for some driving scenes in the video. Here's a little lesson in trickery. After a few moments, my second co-star arrives. It's Rich Rebuilds, and his Toyota Prius. I was honestly surprised when he replied to my collaboration request email and was down to smash. His t-shirt is also perfectly ironic for what we're about to do. How funny would it be if he picked up the wrong Tesla? Since the car's suspension was broken, we wanted to put on top of some wooden pallets to make it seem like everything was normal and nothing was broken. It worked perfectly, but that's not all we did. To make sure that the pallets were invisible, we took some black spray paint to them. We also washed the car to make sure it looks beautiful before being obliterated. I didn't want to look like that I didn't do anything to help, so I asked to wash it also. I think I did a pretty good job. The inside pillars of the salvage Tesla didn't match the working ones, so we had to fix that too. They tried to pull out a window that was stuck inside of the car door, but broke it. And with that, we were ready to destroy it. Click the link in the description or the eye in the corner to see the full video. In the middle of filming, we decided to go out to buy some more props and supplies to make the video better. First up was a fireworks shop. We bought over $100 worth of fireworks, but we didn't even use a quarter of them. Next up was a hardware store. One trailer hitch that they could cut down to make it seem like a steel ball. A pickaxe to replace the one we broke while filming, but they didn't have any, so we just settled for an axe. Propane tanks for the boring flamethrower, and a plastic sheet to protect my phone while it was filming in the inside of the car, that we didn't end up using. Plus some water since I didn't drink any since the morning. I saw in the photos of the car, before I bought it, that it came with a charger. I'm taking this home for my Model 3, since buying a second charger would have costed me $300. It was missing an adapter, but I bought one on eBay for $25. After some more filming and sunburn, we were done and all smashed out. If you're wondering why I contacted Rich Rebuilds to help with the video and flew all the way out here to film the video, it's because I don't know anything about purchasing a salvage Tesla or transporting it. I also didn't know any places where I could smash it and make a big mess. You also have to make it safe to smash by removing all of the batteries and disabling the airbags, etc. Plus, I didn't want to deal with cleanup and disposal. Shout out to Rich Rebuilds for helping me out with all of those things, by basically doing almost everything for me. He even let me sit in his prized possession.
Can you get out now? Let me see how slick you get out. Yeah, that's right. He's doing it right. That's right, baby. Yeah, awesome.
We wanted to get some food, and while Rich was checking if the restaurant was open, I wanted to do a meme with his Prius. I missed, and karma came for me when the window was almost closed on my head.
Oh no! Sorry.
Rich caught onto what I was doing and wanted to script it.
When you see an IA in public, oh my god, why am I so bad?
Dude.
After eating, it was time to head back to the hotel and get some rest for my flight tomorrow. Yep, I didn't want to stay longer than I needed. Hey, there's the thermostat I couldn't find the night before and almost froze to death. Looks like I will get a good night's sleep. Turns out that sleep was too good, because I slept through multiple alarms and missed my 8 AM flight. Who knew that multiple nights with little sleep would have consequences? More bad news. If I wanted to fly home that day, I would have to downgrade from first class to economy. I also missed breakfast. Good thing I was greedy and took more than I could eat yesterday. Surprisingly, TSA never questioned the giant charger in my bag. I'm keeping the room's freshness seal as a souvenir, cause what other point in history did hotel rooms have freshness seals? Goodbye, towels. Hello again, good mask, goggles, and dad's old clothes. No option for premium cars available. Looks like it's economy all day today. Goodbye, Raymond. The city I was in, not the Animal Crossing cat. When I got to the airport, I had to keep on holding up my dad's pants, otherwise they would fall. My breaking point came when a TSA agent told me to stop wearing my dad's clothes. So screw it! Maybe the universe was trying to tell me something. I am not first-class material. At least I got to see a historical building when I had a layover in Washington, D.C. Whoa! This airport has everything, including my new favorite game! The long flight wasn't too bad. The woman sitting next to me had a Switch, so we connected and played Smash Bros together. Now that's something you can't get in first class! After one more flight, I was finally home. But one thing was worrying me throughout my entire trip. Will she find out what I went on this trip for? So far, she's none the wiser. I think we're good. And so with that, thank you guys for watching, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!
I know what you did.
Just to be safe, I now have to stay away from everyone in this house for 2 weeks. This vacation also didn't go as smoothly as I planned, but it will all be worth it soon once I upload board-smashing actual Tesla Model S. Don't be surprised if there's 1 or 2 extra ads in this video. Bye.